Hello, everyone. Welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I'm your host, Mars. Not the planet, not the candy company, the god of war, Mars. And today we have Rome, Season 1, Episode 6. So, last episode was probably my favorite episode of the season so far. A ton happened. We had the unfortunate breakup between Servilia and Caesar because Attia set kind of like a trap for them where she hired people to paint this graffiti of the two of them, and Calpurnia saw it, and Caesar can't afford to lose her influence, her political influence at this time, so unfortunately, Caesar had to break things off with Servilia. She took it incredibly bad, hit him, he hit her back multiple times, and yeah, now she is a woman scorned, and that scene where she delivers the curse is very intense. Great acting right there. And yeah, she is really pissed off. Our boy Varenus had no other choice but to accept that offer from Mark Antony. Fortunately, Mark Antony wasn't too much of a dick in this instance. He actually, honored the terms for the most part, a little bit less than what he initially offered, but he still gets the big promotion, and he still gets a big chunk of that money, which he desperately needs. A lot of things have just been going bad for him, and it sucks because he's very honorable and he's trying to do what he thinks is right. It's just every time he's trying to find some honest way to make a living, it's either something always just ends up going wrong for him, and it's unfortunate. Titus was very busy last episode too. He started training Octavian, and through some conversation, kind of revealed a little too much information. But Octavian, I feel like, is a good faith actor, at least so far, and he gave him some good advice. Find some actual proof before you go about making any accusation, because you could easily be wrong and then you'll screw things up more. And yeah, that was actually good advice because the two kind of teamed up, and through some interrogation and some torture, they found out the truth that yes, Niobe and the brother-in-law were having an affair, and they now know that the child was from the two of them, not Venus's daughter. It's interesting. It's not good in the sense that we don't want more bad news for Venus, but yeah, like hopefully that doesn't come out. I mean, it probably has to at some point just because of how things are playing out. I'm really enjoying the show. There's a political aspect. There's like interpersonal dramas. There's a lot going on in each episode, and I'm really enjoying it so far. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So as always, remember to blank, blank, and blank. Just trying to get more traction for the channel. Any help you give me is always much appreciated, especially if you could subscribe, but also like, comment, anything really. Anything to boost the metric just really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. And with that, let's get to the episode.
Evander's been missing for 2 months. Something bad has happened.
Very likely something bad has happened. Very likely he is dead. I don't understand her or whoever her sister's damn husband.
Women, eh? Maybe she's
She's what?
I don't know. Women. Ah.
Don't talk about it, dude. I know it's hard. I'm just worried he's gonna get drunk and just let it slip.
I shall be a good politician, even if it kills me. Or if it kills anyone else, for that matter. The Senate will ratify Caesar's election as your co-consul for the coming year.
But he's dictator, in any case.
It sounds so much better if he's consul. It's more amicable. You got that?
I do.
Frankly, I do not care whether it's the rich, poor, or indeed both that suffer. Caesar wishes this law to be made. He is my friend. I will have it made. Now, if you prefer, I could always bypass the Senate, call an assembly of the people, and you can put your arguments to them. Fine orator like yourself might just persuade them that Caesar is wrong.
Yeah, Mark Antony is a dick, but he's loyal to Caesar.
You can't be unmarried. It wouldn't be decent at your age.
Decent, she says.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know what it means.
You hold your tongue.
Or what? What will you do?
It's all right, sweetie. It's all right.
What is wrong with her? What is wrong with her? What is wrong with me?
I was worried that Titus would get drunk and let something slip.
You should leave her, maybe. Seeing as she makes you so unhappy.
No, I will not leave her. I'd rather die than leave her.
It's all right, lad. It'll be all right. I'm sorry to say it, but it looks like he's not coming home. Dead, it looks like.
Are you sure?
So they tell me. Dead. Killed.
It isn't true.
Trying to bring some finality to it.
My advice. Best forget about him. Best get on with your life.
It isn't true.
It's not so bad. You've still got people that love you. Look to them, eh? Isn't that right, Niobe? Best she gets on with her life. Best she looks to the people that love her. Forget Evander. Forget the past.
He's talking to Niobe in this scene, but it's clever. That's actually pretty smart for his character. I actually like that. I think she picked up on it too. I don't know if that's gonna work though.
You're a thief and a whore, and you stole my husband. Stole nothing. He came to me. He came to me. I never loved him. I love my husband. And if you've been... If I'd done what? If I had given him a child, is that it? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Forgive me. I curse you, sister.
Really good acting. He's getting better. There you go.
Be careful.
Nice.
Bravo. Have you penetrated anyone
Mother,
yet?
please.
Does that mean you have or you haven't?
Haven't, but...
Titus Puller, didn't I tell you to sort that out? I'm sure I did.
Sorry, Mum. I'll see to it.
Do that. Don't worry, darling. There's really nothing to it. Once you're in the saddle, as it were, it'll all come naturally. Isn't that right, Pulo?
That's right, Mum.
Yeah, Atia's up there for worst mother of all time. Her or Brianna from The Wire.
I chased Pompey from one end of Greece to the other, and he resolutely refused to fight. I thought this was his usual obtuseness, but the old man has some sense left in him yet. While avoiding battle, he has gathered a good 10 legions from the east, and I found myself badly outnumbered.
Interesting.
I can outmaneuver him for a while, but not forever. My men are tired and ill-supplied, and we shall soon have to stand and fight. I ask you to bring the 13th here as speedily as you are able.
Is Pompey trying to draw them out of the city so he can reclaim it?
All right, my dove. We'll pay. But the girl better fuck him like Helen of Troy with her ass on fire, or I'll know the reason why.
Okay, that was funny.
Caesar is doomed, and you with him, unless you make a separate peace.
And?
If you do, Pompey will be merciful and generous.
How?
He will give you your life, a province, money enough to preserve your dignity.
What makes him think I value my life so high?
Why have you not left for Greece?
Do not smile at me.
Thinking of actually betraying Caesar here. Arenas doesn't like it.
Dismissed.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Tell me.
Mark Antony does not intend to go to Greece to help Caesar. I have sworn loyalty to a man of no honor.
Well, you don't have to go to Greece then. We'll be together.
It's true, but still.
Haven't you always said Caesar's cause is wrong?
That is not the point. There is a moral principle involved.
What an idiot you are.
get married.
Married? Why should we want to do that, of all things?
If Caesar is defeated, I can't very well form an alliance with the Pompeians. I need protection.
True.
I would be your loving and obedient wife.
Only if I were willing to desert a friend. A man of your own blood.
Oh, too honourable for that, are you?
I like to appear so.
And Caesar will die in any case. But you're far too clever to share his fate needlessly.
I had not realized until now what a wicked old harpy you really are.
Still loyal, even after all that.
Excellency Mark Antony orders 13th Legion to muster on the field of Mars.
Why, where are we going?
Greece.
He decided to act. To join Caesar after all. This dude's about to get killed.
What shall I tell Pompey?
Oh, of course. Excuse me. I'd forgot you.
Why are we giving gifts to Servilia?
Well, the old crow stands in well with Cato and the rest. When Caesar and his dog Antony are defeated...
If they are defeated.
When they are defeated, we'll need her goodwill.
And this will buy it, you think?
Not a chance in hell.
I hope one day to reciprocate her friendship. I know that whatever others might do, you are blameless. I know that. And that I treasure her friendship as always.
It's an obvious lie. Celia's being nice to her because she feels like he can ply her for information. The curse targeted Atia and her children, so she hates all of them.
A fleet of ships has set sail for Greece, carrying the army of General Mark Antony.
This is cactus, there's a wet through!
We're perfectly safe. A very good offering was made to Triton.
If Triton can't keep me drier than this, he can suck my cock!
Why can't you learn to keep your fat mouth shut?
Ah, man. Okay, took some time to gather my thoughts. Another great episode. So, yeah, there's a lot more at play here. Mark Antony was considering, betraying Caesar, kind of plied by Atia, but in the end, stayed loyal to him. Knocked out that emissary from Pompey, right in Pompey's house, too, right before he left. And our boys, Titus and Vorenus, are off to war. They went by ship and encountered a storm, and that's how the episode ended, with the cliffhanger, unfortunately. But I'm sure they're okay. They're not going to kill them off screen like that or anything. It's just not an easy route to get to the fight. I think even with the 13th, Pompey still has a numbers advantage, so it's going to be interesting once they actually, get to the fighting, how things are going to play out and what Caesar's plan is going to be. But really good episode again. It's more of the intrigue. I liked how things between Vorenus and Niobe kind of entered a high note, so to speak, because now that the brother-in-law is out of the picture and Titus talked with the two of them, really he was talking to Niobe, but he essentially said, move on, forget the past. He's gone anyway, there's nothing you can do. Subtle messaging there that is kind of a bit out of character for Titus, you would think, because he comes off as a dumb brute, but that was actually kind of clever. Saying it without directly saying it, that type of thing. But yeah, I enjoyed that part. Atia is kind of, desperate for any allies, and she's even foolish enough to try to sway Servilia, and it's so obvious that that's not going to work, because we saw the scene where she's giving that curse, and that was very impassioned and great acting, but just there's no reconcile there, ultimate betrayal, and yeah, she's just going to use Octavia as inside source to use against her mother whenever she feels necessary. And it's obvious. I don't know why it's not obvious to the girl who's smarter than her mother, but I think it would be obvious to Octavian, who's now sent off to some academy somewhere to just get him out of the picture, because it's increasingly becoming unsafe for them in Rome, especially with Mark Antony taking what's left of the troops there to go to Caesar and fight Pompey. I hope we get that next episode, but you never know. It could take some time. The journey there is not going to be easy. We saw that at the end. But solid episode, and I'd just like to say, enjoying every episode so far. I haven't had any real complaints about anything. Yeah, it's just great so far. The world building is really impressive. All the extras and all the, the little details, the graffiti, the city looks beautiful, and also just the costuming is great. It feels authentic. I'm not schooled enough in Roman history really to make that judgment with any authority, but it feels authentic. People who actually studied Roman history to a greater extent than I have probably have their criticisms, but it feels like they're really making the attempt to make it seem legitimate, and I can appreciate that. I think it takes a lot of effort and detail. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. As always, thanks for watching, and